Hey guys, welcome back to video 3 in the Refinitiv Econ tutorial series. In this video, we are going to have a look at the data item library in the screener window available in Refinitiv. First thing first, you have to make sure that you have logged into the screener window. As you can see on the top corner, I am currently using the screener tab in Refinitiv. So inside the screener, you have many options where you can access firm level data, and they actually are very useful for getting the panel data. However, you can also download some time series if you're interested to do that. I will try to show you later in other videos. Today in this video, we are just focusing on exploring the data item library to see what type of data is actually available in the Refinitiv for your future projects. And if you are new to Refinitiv, it might be useful. At this moment, as you can see in the middle, the main window where you will see all the data and file information is currently blank, and you can see the information is visible as all filters are disabled. I have already mentioned in my previous video that how do you apply filters, which is on your left. You can apply various types of quick filters to access the industry or firms within a specific country. You can also have a look at active firms, inactive firms, public, primary listed firms. Also, you can include things, exclude things based on your preference and your study focus. Before we access the data item library, one thing is important that you have to ensure that you make use of the filter function to ensure you have selected maximum 5,000 firms, because this data window is not going to display anything over 5,000 firms. So for example, at this moment, it doesn't show anything. If I change this country of incorporation and go for Americans, North America, United States, and you can see it is going to give us an information. Uh, in USA, at this moment, Refinitiv is showing 9,314 firms, and the window is showing us the screen returns more than 5,000 results. Please add more filters. So it is asking you to bring it down to maximum 5,000 farms, farm names. So what we can do, we can go for this. You can use any of these sectors. TRBC, what does it mean? You can also look at the definition later. I'm not going to waste your time. We, most of the times I study banks and insurance, so we can just look at banks, click done, and I hope that, yeah. So at this moment we have 1,109 US banks, various types, and now you can see in the middle, you actually can see the bank names which is available in Refinitiv for us to access. And the by default, the columns that will be available for us is identifier and the company name. The country of incorporation is here because we have added this filter. The TRBC industry name is here because we have added the TRBC industry name. Any filter that you include, it will display that information. So you can see the industry actually is including banks, which is normally commercial banks, and all the other types of banks. Now, if you want, you can explore the types of data is now available. It's not always only for banks, although we have chosen the banking sector, but we can actually see in general um, what type of data is available. To see, you have to come to this section where you can see very like it's quite visible, and it says add column. So in the add column sections, you can add on various types of data that you want for these banks. It can be any number of years, but actually Refinitiv does not have data beyond 2000, that much data beyond 2008, if I am honest. So now if I click on the add column, let me go back. You click on this list where you can see launch data item library. Click on here, and this is going to expand the data item library, as you can see here. This is the place where you will be able to select the data items that you want, the variables actually you want for your study, which is going to be on your left under the category. You will see a vast range of categories available. So let's explore. So in this video, I'm just going to stay on the left side. And in the next video, we are going to select some of these items, move it back to the used column, and we'll try to download and see how the data structure looks like. So let's explore under the category. The first one is activism and defense. And if you click on here, it will expand all the different subsections under this section. So under activism and defense, you can see there are data on the provisions in force defense, board structure defense, voting rights defense. These are more or less about the company governance and management issues. And on whenever I have clicked, it will be showing us the very first item in this category. As you can see, poison pill. We're not going to look at that section right now. We're just going through, and you can see in activism and defense, you have 36. That means there are 36 items under this section. And in the subsection, they have already divided that how many items they have in subsection. If you add all, it will give you 36. So you have the board structure, you have the voting rights under the activism and defense. Then if you go to rating SRM, it's giving you the SRM overall. What you can see, the moment any item is here at the bottom, you can look at the definition. For example, the income adjusted ESG risk score. What does it mean? It means the income adjusted ESG risk score assessed with ESG risk score adjusted for income bias with an ex post approach. So if you are interested in information like this, they have a lot of information related to green energy, green all these things. So this is beyond rating SRM. Then you have ABS French. Then you have commodities. Go for the next one. Commodities physical asset is nothing that much in here. The most of the information you will find is in company fundamentals. Over here, you will have most of the desired ratios you want will be here. So cross statement ratios, income statement based ratios, balance sheet, cash flow, operating metrics, geographic segments, all types of ratios are here. Then there are some general information are also here. So these are the company fundamentals. Under here, the ratios are where you get all the different types of ratios that people use in their research papers. Then standardized fundamentals are also the ratios which is standardized based on the industry practices and national accounts. So these are the standardized fundamentals. These are the generic fundamentals. Then you have corporate actions. The share, you can see the share issues, when they're authorized, when it was free floated, when it was listed, everything is over here. The nominal values are here. Dividends informations are also here. Voting rights, all these things are over here. So this can be a very useful information for those who actually study this type of things. Deals, this gives you information about any new issues, a new share issued. This is one of the most unique part of the Refinitiv database where you can see ESG data. So the ESG that indicates environmental, social, and governance data is divided into three segments. That means environmental. If you click on environmental, you will again have Other subsections, that means in environmental data is divided into resource use, emission, innovation. Then social data is divided into workforce, human rights, community, product responsibility. And the governance section is divided into management, shareholder, CSR strategy. And finally, the ESG analytics, it includes the Refinitiv calculation for the above items. Some of those aggregate scores are available over here. So you can see that these are some of the items. Actually, I would not say that I have used that much. You can most of the times I sometimes I come back to the officers and directors in data. Then sometimes ownership data. There are some ownership information available here. What else I have used so far? Reference identifiers are important where you can get the company information. Identifiers are important because it gives you company ISIN and RIC, all the codes that you sometimes can use for cross validation across various databases. Mm, And as I mentioned, there are some time series data. I have not used any of the time series, but it can be mostly related with stock price. Stock price time series data are available over here. So just to wrap it up, overall, this is quite a strong database. And for me, most of the times I focus my time on the activism and defense because I study mostly governance and sometimes reporting issues. So activism and defense, ESG, and the company fundamentals. And if you need ownership data, it will be here. Stock price data is also here. The price and volume based informations are also here. So that's it. Overall, these are the types of data available right now in Refinitiv under the screener window. I hope this was useful, and I'll come back with the next video where we explore how to actually download this data by selecting the number of years you actually need, and we will download and see how the data looks like. So until then, have a nice day. Bye.